1, 2, ready.
I like it.
There
My
we go.
favorite.
What's up, YouTubeites? That was a good song for tonight,
Yeah.
right?
That jazzed me up. That was good. That was good.
I love it.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Wait, Gabe, you're supposed to be down here. Marty, there we go. That's better.
Okay, there we go.
You guys are throwing me off. What's up, YouTubeites? Welcome in. I know a lot of you are off watching the election stuff, but instead, like somebody said in the chat, take a break, hang out with us. Let's talk comics. It's going to be a fun night. Interesting list. So yeah. Let's do a little round table. Marty, say what's up.
Hey, what's up? Welcome, election night. So a lot of you guys are probably out watching the election, but if you you'll catch us on the rewind. I'm sure you will. And thank you for joining us as always. It is it's going to be a good night, because after this, I hop on to watch the election and just see how it goes, So yeah.
Happy to see you, Marty. It's always a good time.
Laura, what's going on?
Not a lot. Like today's been kind of like stressful. Even at the store, I can feel like the tension in the air. People are all like on edge. So I'm looking forward to just having like an hour of just pure comics. What do you think, Gabe?
Absolutely.
Hey, what I think is welcome in everybody. Leave your drama at the door. Leave your baggage at the door. It'll be there when you leave. No one else is going to pick it up from you. So let's just focus on some love, passion, comic books. Yeah. That's what it's all about tonight. We're going to talk comics, all kinds of great stuff. Tomorrow's a great Wednesday. There's some great new books coming out tomorrow. It's a great week for comic books. It's a great list that we're going to be talking about today. It's an absolute killer list this week, guys. So we're going to have fun.
There you go. Awesome. All right. If you are just hopping in, welcome to the CovrPrice Weekly Top 10 for the week ending November 4th, 2024. So this list is based on all of our sales on the aftermarket. So we're looking at percentage growth, the highest sales, all that jazz. In other words, we don't choose this list. You guys do, right?
You know what else you didn't choose?
Who went first?
That's right. I was thinking about that.
All right.
You're absolutely right.
I'll make the executive decision that Marty goes first. I go second.
Very much. Okay. Not a problem. I'll go first.
Taking control. Love it. All right. First up, every week we have a runners up. What do we have, Marty?
Yes. Oh, this beautiful cover. I'm glad I got this one because we actually talked about this one last week too. Yeah. The runner-up is Absolute Wonder Woman #1, the Dan Panosian 1:25 ratio, published by DC in October of 2024. Wonder Woman Raised in Hell hit the stands 2 weeks ago and is still a hot-selling book. Fans are dying to see the version of Wonder Woman that was hardened by her upbringing and forced to fight darker demons than the villains she slays with her massive sword. The first issue release was widely popular, following the same trend as Absolute Batman. The 1:25 Panosian variant was a top 10 seller last week. Even though sales have slowed down, the value remains steady. We tracked 27 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 1%, with a high sale of $51 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $44. And beautiful cover. I don't know if I have this one. Let me look down here.
I wanted this one so bad when it was announced. It was this, and then Dan Panosian. I say Panosian. I don't know if that's right, but he also did like a 3-cover connecting cover. That was awesome. This one's fantastic. Like he's got a way of doing eyes. There's something about the way he does eyes where it just
very seductive.
Right yeah, absolutely. But when I found out this is a 1:25 variant, I was like, never mind. I'm not gonna be able to drop down that kind of cash for something like this. But
that is awesome. Good.
I'm
you know
keeping
what?
this on my eBay watch list. So if it does start dropping
For
to a
sure.
more reasonable price, I'm in. Like, I love this cover.
Yeah, I absolutely feel the same way, Gabe. I definitely love this one. This was one I definitely would have hopefully gotten, but I did not. God, those eyes, man.
Yeah.
What more can you say about it, man? I mean, we talked about this last week too, man, in depth too. This is such a very sexy, very seductive looking, but very well in taste too.
Yeah, I'm like blown away over here. There's a comic that made both of these men on my panel look at the eyes.
There's really no
You
there's
both
no
looked
effort
up?
on the boobs to look at on this one. So
Well,
eyes, the lips, the hair, like he's rocking it. Like I said, if you look at Dampin' though, he's doing other covers for like G.I. Joe, and it's
Yeah.
another female cover. I think it's Scarlet, but again, the eyes are just like, what's going on here? Like this dude is like
very much
great at eyes.
they're just intense. They're powerful. They're staring into your soul. They're like, I don't know.
So much so.
At you.
Like you're hoping like, I wish my wife would cosplay that, you know?
I don't know. If my wife gave me that look, I'd be like, oh man, I better.
Good luck. Yeah.
Kids. Like,
she has a sword. It's like, take out the trash.
Yeah, she's like giant, like Final Fantasy VII Buster Sword. That's awesome. So
we're going a little too far on this one, didn't we?
I hear the Final Fantasy VII like ending battle music when I was reading the book. I was like, oh, okay.
This is like the perfect way to start the show, right? This is why I love
Absolutely, and this is just a runner-up too. Here we go.
Yeah, really just 11. Like, we're not even in the list yet.
Runner-up, we have Absolute Wonder Woman #1. I'm not really surprised by this because Absolute Batman's been such a huge hit. We have the 1 in 25 from DC, and it's coming in. Let's see, a top raw coming in at $51 and a 7-day trend of 1%. That's just the runner-up. What do we have to officially kick off the list, Gabe?
Let's see here. This is such a great book. Punisher.
Dude, I have this one. This one puts me one in right there.
Right. This thing rocks. I had the hardcover. So number 10 this week, starting out the official list, first foot in the door, Predator #1, Dark Horse, June of 1989. So Prey showed Disney the IP was still alive and well and warranted a wider release than a direct to Hulu debut. Alien Romulus confirmed that these films should hit theaters. Absolutely. Not long after, we got encouraging news regarding the next Predator film, tentatively called Predator Badlands. But new reports have surfaced as a quote-unquote secret second film coming out next year. That has yet to be confirmed, but the excitement has translated over to the aftermarket as collectors aim to secure the first appearance of Predator in comic books. We tracked 18 copies sold. That's a 7-day growth of 4%. High sell, $475.
Ooh.
Sheesh.
Nice.
For a CBCS 9.8 copy.
Wow.
And current near mint raw, $75. That's a decent amount of scratch for this book. And it's we talk about black covers, we talk about white covers. Anything that's like a solid color, like this red and orange cover, like again, it's one of those ones where it's like this thing's beat up, like you just look at it the wrong way, you don't get spine ticks. But what an awesome dude. We need more covers with people holding skulls and spines. Like that's
my version of this is nowhere close to a 9.8, let alone a CBCS 9.8, right? Mine has been read multiple times. There are definitely creases along because this is kind of a hard stock cover too, if I remember. And so, folding it over, you're going to get those creases, right? So there you go. But I'm happy to have this in my collection, even though it's beat up. But I'm assuming, just like they said, first appearance of a Predator in comic books. So a lot of people are going forward towards that. Predator's always been a cult classic. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Predator. I watch Predator all the movies. I have I'm a collector of the 1/6 scales from Hot Toys. I really enjoy that type of universe, and especially how they also adapted the Aliens universe into that as well. And sometimes there's also a crossover, as you see, with Batman and other superheroes. You know, so
Wolverine.
Oh,
in the
that
comic
Batman
book
Predator
world.
series was great. That
was
that's
amazing.
was that Andy Kubert? I know because I know it's Joe
Yes.
Kubert. The dad was inking
Yeah.
it. I don't know if it was after Andy, but that was
Mhm.
too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
And then
right.
another one to take a look at, talking about Predator and Alien. I forget what issue it is, but that Dark Horse Presents that has that really awesome Predator versus Alien. Like, it's their first Predator versus Alien kind of appearance. It's just one of the coolest covers of all time. I love.
You talking about the Mark Brooks cover? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, not Mark Brooks. It's this time frame. It's in the 80s.
In the
It's
80s.
Dark
Okay,
Horse.
okay, I got
It's
you.
a dope cover. If you find it, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
It's one of those
yeah.
covers where, like, if I had a van, I would get that painted on the side of my van and then put free candy underneath.
I gotcha. Yeah,
Being in
yeah.
a van. Guys, look what Ant just brought me. Fresh, like, oh shit, I almost dropped it. Look, there you go. Can you see that? What is it, Ant? Like steak taco?
It's carne asada. I just
Carne
finished smoking some
asada.
carne asada.
Smoked carne asada.
Wow.
Bring some of those over here.
Did you bring enough for everybody?
Right.
Oh my god.
Right.
It's probably-
Need some guacamole on there, a little bit of hot sauce and some lime. Couple
That
of
looks
beers.
delicious. It absolutely looks great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Sorry. Okay.
There we go.
Ant's love language is food, so he's always cooking for me. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
I have to chew. Keep talking.
Is your love language food or is his love language food?
I don't know. I guess both, right?
Yeah, could be. Very much
It's
so.
it's him giving her food and her accepting the food.
There we go.
Exactly. There you go. I saw this meme and it's a predator. It's like when predator's chasing you, but you're 40, and it shows like the heat vision. It's like his knees, his elbows are hurting, his back is hurting. That was so funny. Who can't relate?
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to send that one to me.
I'll send it to you. It's so funny. All right, 10. Predator #1, Dark Horse from June 1989. We have a top sale from CBCS coming in at $475 for 9.8, the 7-day trend of 4%. All right, Marty, what do we have next?
Yes. Number 9 is Wonder Man Volume 1, #1, published by Marvel in September 1991. Wonder Man has been quietly going under the radar over at Marvel, and they surprised everyone when they included a little footage featuring a meta moment from the upcoming show. That caused fans to remember that Wonder Man hasn't been shelved and is still moving forward. The aftermarket instantly warmed up for the first ongoing Wonder Man title, featuring a storyline that would be adapted into the Disney Plus show. We tracked 17 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 13%, with a high sale of $75 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mint raw price of $8. There we go. Wonder Man is back. And didn't we see this last week as well, Gabe?
No, I haven't seen this on the list. I've never seen the list of TiVo back when the Wonder Man was the series or whatever was first announced.
Mhm.
The last time I remember seeing this. I could be
Really?
wrong.
I thought it was on last week too. Maybe I'm wrong too.
I thought so too. It might have been on the Shaker show, or was it on the Hollow?
Shakers.
Was it Shakers? Okay, yeah, because I
I
know we had
remember one
talked
or
about
something.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because
I don't know
there's earlier Wonder Man #1s out there from like the 80s. There's one from 1986 that's like I think it's a Bill Sienkiewicz cover.
Is there? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's,
right.
it's
I think
dope.
I
It's
remember
it's
that.
Bill
Yeah.
Sienkiewicz cover, so it's like it is worthy of just being in your collection just because of Bill
Oh
Sienkiewicz.
man.
But
Yes.
with this book, I'm just. When's the last time anybody's ever cared about Wonder Man? Like
It's
this is
been a minute.
like the most B-list, like lame-o character. Like
Why bring this character, into a Disney Plus show though? Why? I mean, of all the characters they could have picked from, they picked something that, most people, as the reading said, thought a lot maybe been shelved, right? I mean,
Right.
But why this character?
I get what you're
I
saying.
can only
Marty. They were
think-
more worthy.
Yeah.
I can
Not
only
saying
think
this is-
because Wonder Man
ahead.
is associated very much with Vision in the comic books.
Okay.
right? So it's Wonder Man's brain patterns that gave Vision his personality. Like his personality, his brain is based off of Wonder Man's brain. Now, is that going to happen in the MCU? I don't know, but that's the only real connection that's kind of already there. Is just the fact that it's Wonder Man is the brainwaves for Vision. Then you like the Grim Reaper's brother, or is his brother, and things like that. So I don't know, but it is just like the most, just like somebody is just digging deep to find something like Wonder Man to care about.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
Number 9, Wonder Man number
Could
1. It could be, yeah. Top sale, CGC 9.8 coming at $75. 7-day trend of 13%. Let's keep moving. I'm not surprised to see this here.
Oh no, this is on last week too. So
of course,
making a return for sure is Absolute Batman number 1, the Javier Fernandez 2024 NYCC, the Comic Corner 3rd print. But is it really a 3rd print? Akira homage sketch that was limited to 2,000. Whew, that was a long title. Came out November 2024. This book was on everyone's radar initially due to how limited it was, being a NYCC darling and also being an homage to Akira. It checks all the boxes, but demand has been so extreme, it pushed the publisher towards a 3rd print. The market for this book is incredible, and demand might surge enough to warrant a 4th print. We track 17 copies sold, 7-day growth of 8%, high sell, $123 for a CGC 9.8 copy, and current near mint raw price is $62.
I mean, that's not bad for 9.8. I'm guessing
doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've said it many of times, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but don't sleep on the 2nd prints, 3rd prints, 4th prints. This is a fine example. I'm not the type to speculate. I like to forecast as opposed to speculating. And there's people out there that are so much better at forecasting than I am, to be honest. But I base it off market trend, base it off of what's selling, based off of the character alone, based off of whatever's going on with pulp culture. There's a multitude of things you base a lot of what you buy, how you collect, what's available to be added on to your wish list or whatever. I mean, there's a multitude of things, right? But nevertheless, this is Absolute Batman, already a hit book from the beginning, whether you're going to collect the original A or the B or the C, of the first printing. But now, once again, we have a 2nd, a 3rd print, possibly a 4th print. It's going to keep going. I mean,
well, here's the thing, Marty. Somebody in the chat, I believe it was last week, dropped some knowledge and said that there is no 2nd print of this, because the publisher missed the cutoff date for doing a 2nd print and just instead decided to do a 3rd print. So it's a 1st print and a 3rd print. So the math isn't mathing here.
I think that's semantics, man. To be honest with you, that we're talking semantics, really. Come on,
we're talking numbers.
We missed a timeline. So it would be a 2nd print. So instead, we got the 3rd print. That's semantics, man. It's still a 2nd print, whether you look at it or not. You can name it whatever you want. Why
not just call it a 2nd print then, though?
A flower by any other name is a flower. Okay.
I think it's a rose, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You and I are on the same page. See, this is how you respectfully disagree, because I don't understand why they would call it a 3rd print. Why not just say 2nd print?
Yeah.
They control what.
I don't understand how that works. That's what somebody said in the chat yesterday or last week. So I'm just going off of that, because that's a very interesting way of just going like, oh well, we'll just make it a 3rd print. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Make it work.
That's comic books, baby. Number 8.
I can just imagine people who aren't in the know, and this is because it's some kind of tomfoolery trickery going on here. I can just imagine somebody going like, "Where's the 2nd print? I'm looking for the 2nd print," and never being able to figure it out. Right? So,
I'm having a hard time figuring this out. I've been doing this for a while. I'm like,
Yeah, the
what?
math ain't mathin'.
Yeah, it really isn't. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And when it comes to a hobby like this, it does matter if it's the second, third. It matters how many are printed. That the numbers matter in this game. They just do. So
it's like skipping a number in just a numbering order. Oh, we went from 600 to 602. Like we're 601, right? Like
yeah, right.
which does happen a lot all the time. Where they keep playing that numbers game, and it's like, well, there's really no tech. There's technically no.
DC did it. Marvel did it with Spider-Man. DC did it with Action Comics, Detective Comics, Batman Comics. Name a few others, So, but it's confusing at times.
Yeah. The chat's got the right idea. Why not just call it the 69th print, just to make it cool?
Like what makes it? Yeah, okay. We could go all night. Number 8, Absolute Batman number 1. The Javier Fernandez Akira homage, limited to 2,000. Top sale, CGC 9.8, 123. 7-day trend of 8%. You know what? I'm going to pull a little bit of a DC here. We're on number 8. What do we have for number 6?
Whoa. Number 6.
Numbers don't matter.
Is that me again?
Yep.
That would be you again.
All right.
You guys.
That's interesting. I was looking at this at a local comic book store shop recently.
Laura's playing around. Laura's trying to play.
We're doing Todd McFarlane numbers here because he doesn't know how to count either.
Yeah.
So number 6, Venom, Lethal Protector, Volume 1, number 1, regular cover, February 1993. What a great time. So Venom, The Last Dance is still in its theatrical run for a couple more days, probably, with fans steadily viewing and discussing it. Both new and old may have decided the time to secure an iconic and cheap Venom book that serves as the introduction to his own run. It also features the first appearance of General Orwell Taylor, who appears in the film. We tracked 55 copies sold, 7-day growth of 59% close, with a high sale of $100 for CGC and current near mint raw at $17. $17. This is one of the first comic books I remember buying with my own money.
This is the direct edition, correct?
It is because it has the Spider-Man in the box.
Right. I have this copy as well. Of course, not in a CGC 9.8 once again, but this is something like back. This is one of the books you've got. If you were collecting back in the 90s, this is just one of the books you always got.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's Mark Bagley on the cover. Yeah. Ron Lim takes over interiors, I think, after issue 1, something like that. It's a hollow. Everybody likes those foil hologrammy kind of covers, right? This has that too.
This one it works so well.
It's dope with the webs and everything like that, and the way all kinds of structures and stuff. Yeah. Like I said, this is one of the first comic books I remember buying with my own money.
I think this was also penciled by Sam De La Rosa too.
He inked it. Yeah, it's Mark Bagley did the art, and Ron Lim did the pencils.
Yeah. Actually got an opportunity to meet Sam De La Rosa a few times at convention. Really nice guy, too. Got this signed by him as well.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And this is one of those books.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you. That's
you asked about newsstands. I think the newsstand would ruin this cover. I think that barcode in the corner there would just kind of fall off. I would get this one with the Spider-Man going oh man, this fool got his own.
I like that too.
Series. What the hell is who was it at the time? What is Tom DeFalco thinking? Greenlighting this title or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And there's a gold cover. There's a white cover.
Right. There's a black cover, I think too.
There's an error one that doesn't have any of the foil, so it's kind of black. Right. That one's kind of cool too. If you can find those. Right. But man, I don't know if I have this anymore. I'm going to go on a hunt for this, but there's a library comic book show this weekend, and I saw a copy of this here, but the dude wanted $60 for it. But so it didn't happen. That's not going to happen.
Negotiate.
Gabe ain't no fool. I'm pretty good at negotiating, and I know the guy. He's a friend, but there's no way I'm going to go from $60 to talking them down to $20 or $17, whatever this is for. Yeah. That's a huge gap. I'm not going to try that. It was $5-10, or if you had it's just one of those things where you see this, you go, all this guy's books are overpriced. Forget it. I'm not even going to look at this table anymore. Kind of.
That's annoying too, because like you want to help them out, but it's like, come on, like be a little bit more in touch with what the collectors are going for. Like you have to give us that. What is it? Not courtesy. No, maybe it is courtesy to the collectors. The benefit that we know what we're doing.
Yeah. Don't insult our intelligence, right?
Yeah, there you go. That whatever that would be. I messed you guys up, but a lot of you in the chat kind of followed along anyway. So this is 1 out of 5. We're going to switch back here in a second. I was mostly just being a smartass. But number 6, we have Venom Leaf number 1. Top sale for a 9.8 came in at $100. What do we have for number 7? So we're going backwards now.
Oh, I like this guy. I really like this cover. This one is number 7. Mark Spears Monster number 1 by Mark Spears. Second print, Trick or Treat, Keen Spot Entertainment, published in October of 2024. The Bride of Frankenstein dominated this list for a few weeks, but the whole gang of monsters got together for this one. Of course, Halloween has just passed, and the collectors inevitably feel the itch. The holiday is infectious, and when you take characters like the classic Universal monsters and depict them as your door trick-or-treating in a title based on a card game from the 80s, it almost feels like a cheat code. We track 12 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 101%, with a high sale of $15 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $11. I like this cover. This is one of my favorites right here. Of course, it is a Halloween cover, so that definitely gives it, in the top percentage. And then Mark Spears, and you've got all the classic monsters there. What more can you ask for, right? And then you got Side Boob too.
Good. Yeah, the Side Boob's good. I mean, all of his stuff has been really good. We had the privilege of doing an exclusive with him, and the story's awesome. It kind of brings you back to like, I don't know, what did we watch when we were kids when it was like scary? Kind of like for me, it was Goosebumps, but
Goosebumps. And do you remember the Monsters? Yeah. It was an 80s or 90s movie called Monsters,
or Monster Squad.
Or Monster Squad. Yeah, I think it was Monster Squad. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Monster Squad.
And it's like that perfect combination of good art and nostalgia. So it hits. And right around this time of year, these things just took off. But I have a feeling it's going to have a lasting effect, especially that Bridezilla version that he did. Oh my God. That one has to be a good gem.
I love how he did Frankenstein in that, look at Frankenstein. I love that look on Frankenstein.
His little
Frankenstein looks like he just got a whole bucket full of like candy corn.
Candy corn.
Oh,
I like candy corn too, but that's just a shout out to Chris. So
shout out.
If you're watching, you've decided. Yeah, Mark Spears is a badass. So, Mark, if you're out there watching, thank you for adding this amazing book to the collections. It's been fun. It brought back like I don't even know what it is, a really unique joy to this collecting. Like just seeing this type of coloring and all of it just worked. Everything hit.
Yeah. No pun intended, but I do really like the candy coloring of this.
Absolutely. And it has a jack-o'-lantern. Any cover with a jack-o'-lantern, I'm sold.
Right? I'm with you.
Right.
Number 7, Mark Spears Monsters number 1, the second printing Trick or Treat with a raw sale coming in at $15 and a 7-day trend of 101%. All right, getting back on track here. We are at the halfway point. If you haven't already, please give the show a thumbs up and sub the channel. We have content all week, including this show, the Shaker Show, and comics covered on Friday. So yeah, we have stuff to go. What do we have next? Marty's
number 5. That's me again, right? Number 5.
I thought you'd be like, wait, what? Huh?
What? Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, number 0 by Tim Sale's Batman Day Edition, published by DC in September of 2024. The Long Halloween is up there among the most iconic Batman storylines. Naturally, fans were fully on board. Whatever it was announced, there would be a continuation to the story so many cherish. While being a reprint of the Long Halloween special, it still provides a jumping off point for new and old fans to dive back into the story. We track 32 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 215%, with a high sale of $40 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $18.
Whoa.
Sorry. Whoops.
Woo.
Sorry.
Answer it. Answer.
No, I don't even know who's. Oh, here, you guys talk. Hold on.
Even better.
Okay. All right. Anyways, Gabe, Long Halloween. This is actually on my pull list, so I do have this coming. I am looking forward to seeing what this edition is about. I really enjoyed the first series of this. Matter of fact, during the Halloween posting of all the comic book covers, I think I posted a few of the original first series of the Long Halloween.
Oh yeah,
really
especially
enjoyed
like
this.
you get like the rotted pumpkin. I think issue 12 is the rotted jack-o'-lantern. It's a cool cover. The first one is the cat with the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are really cool covers. I'm a big fan of Long Halloween. I'm a big fan of Dark Victory.
But
I love Tim Sale. I love Jeff Loeb. Like they are just an amazing team together. Like everything they've done is great, and I'm sad that this is kind of the finals works of Tim Sale, and he didn't even finish the series. I think there's a lot of artists are coming on board to kind of pick up where he left off and give us an awesome series.
Yeah,
I'll be picking it up like in a trade paperback or a hardcover when it comes out for sure. This is
absolutely
cool. Wasn't this a giveaway? Like this is a giveaway book, wasn't it? So it's $40. That's incredible.
It is. It was a giveaway. It's a Batman Day giveaway.
Yeah. So it's a giveaway book. Now it's $40. Like, cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rock on. Hopefully, I'm gonna go to my store and see if they still have a couple copies.
But this is not the first time I've seen where Free Comic Book Day or Batman Day giveaways have actually come over to come down and be really valuable in price or well sought after.
Yeah, that's awesome because there's nothing better than just saying, hey, this is a cool comic book I got for free. I got it. I really want to read it. Now I'm hooked. Now I want to read the series. And now this thing is worth $40. So it checks all the boxes. That's dope.
Yeah, and it bring more people into this. People that haven't read it before. So it's like, this is kind of perfect, I think. So
I really hope Comic Shop is smart and that they're ordering like the trade paperbacks for Long Halloween because people are going to want to know like what's going on and associate it with that. Same with, this is off topic, but same with like Hush. Like Hush 2 is coming out.
Oh, for sure.
Stores are going to need to stock up on Hush.
Hush, great series, man. One of the best, man. Definitely one of the best.
And this is Long Halloween is like one of the, like I said in the notes, it's one of the most essential. It's right up there with like year one as like an essential read. I remember reading this in court. Like I had to sit there for like jury duty. I didn't get called, thankfully. Awesome. Like I was sitting there chilling and reading, Long Halloween for like 3 hours.
One of the first that I read was this actually. Anthony was like, Laura, if you're not into DC, try this. And this in the White Knight, actually.
This is a perfect, like first taste for comic books or to get into Batman. Like there's no, you don't really need a bunch of like prereqs and read like a bunch of other stuff to understand what's going on. Like this is just a perfect one and done kind of storyline. It's a murder mystery. Oh, man, that ink washed art that Tim Sale does is just, he was a man of his own kind of regard. He was the only guy doing that kind of stuff.
Amen to that. Yeah, agreed. Number 5, Batman The Long Halloween, the last Halloween, number 0, the Tim Sale Batman Day edition with a raw coming in at $40, 7-day trend of 125%. What do we have for number 4?
Number 4, some more Batman, some more absolute Batman number 1. This is the Nick Dragata second print inks. 1 in 25. Hot dang. Nick Dragata dotted the I and crossed the T with this cover. This cover is almost a love letter to fans of the new series. While this Batman isn't for everyone, he, of course, already has his fanboys. Rarely do we see second prints receive a ratio variant. But Absolute Batman is playing by different rules. Enough to warrant fans who got to have it. Enough to warrant fans who got to have it.
You're almost there. Should I do it?
I'm not. It's worded weird on here. Paying 4.5 times over to secure this version of the normal cover A. We tracked 21 copies sold. 7-day growth at 26%. High sell, $106 for a near mint copy. And current near mint raw is $72.
Dude, this Batman's tough. There's something about it I just like. It should bring all the women into the hobby. Look at this guy.
Yeah,
Oof,
look at him.
this
He's got some
Batman.
big old legs. Like he's a power lifter. Like he's.
You know, I'll be honest.
Right.
This has such a Frank Miller look to him. You know, this type of Batman, and I really like it. I really enjoy this type of look to him.
I think you nailed it, Marty. He's very Frank Miller. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and I you know, the storyline was good. I like how different it was. It was a different read. It's a different Batman. It's a different universe, right? So go in there expecting that. If you have not read it yet, go in there with an open mind, with, you know, knowing a little bit about Batman, but with a different Batman, because every time we see a new Batman, whether it be in comics or movies or television shows, it's a different Batman. It's told a different way, you know.
But has he ever been stripped of his wealth this way? Like that's one of his trademarks, is that he has, you know, shit ton of money.
Yeah, but he also has such experience in like jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. He's very intelligent, engineer degree, and I think one other degree, I think it is. Very strong, very powerful, gymnastics, and all the things the other Batman had as well, the other Bruce Wayne in the other universe. But for the most part, no. I mean, I think this is, you know, great. I personally definitely, he's got my vote, you know.
I see what you did there. I agree. This is badass. This is very, it's just a tough cover. I like it. Number 4. Oh, Gabe, anything to add?
I said my piece. The thing's dope.
Yeah.
Absolute Batman in general was a great first issue. I'm in for it. It's on my pull list, so I'm in.
All right, number 4, Absolute Batman number 1, the Nick Dragata second printing, inks 1 in 25, with a raw coming in at 106 and a 7-day trend of 26%. What do we have for number 3? Ooh, all right.
Ooh, got it.
That should be you, Marty.
Is that me again? Okay.
Yeah, because I did Absolute
I knew at some point tonight. I messed. This is on me though. This isn't your fault. This is my fault. I messed this up.
This is on you, Laura. This is not my fault. No, I'm just kidding. It's my kidding. I was reading the chat, okay, and I was going down the chat, and I was just, because every once in a while I like to browse over and read the chatster's comment, right? And I see some of them, you know, got some really great comments, and I just want to know that we do engage with you guys. We do interact with the chatsters out there. You know, YouTubeites is team, you know. So, anyways. Going on number 3 is Absolute Wonder Woman number 1, Hayden Sherman, the regular cover, published by DC in October of 2024. So far, DC is 2 for 2 with the new iterations of some of the most beloved comic characters ever. Absolute Wonder Woman was a refreshing opening chapter in the storied history of Diana, with fans showing their love on the aftermarket. So much so, this book is already getting a second printing and potentially beyond. We tracked 82 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 54%, with a high sale of $16 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $9. And this is the regular cover, you know, and it's already selling. People love they're enjoying this different universe. They're enjoying seeing a different storyline, I think, you know. And I like that. I like that people are more open-minded to that as well. I mean, of course, you're going to have some of your people that are traditionalists that don't prefer to change the characters in any way, in any aspect at that. But to have something different like this, I mean, it's got my vote. Absolutely.
So somebody in the chat just said they're looking forward to Absolute Superman. How clever for DC
I am
to
too.
go Batman first, then Wonder Woman, then Superman.
Well, it's the Trinity, right? And a lot of you guys know, if there's the Trinity is the 3 main characters: Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. They're known as that. And then when you add on the other characters, Green Lantern, Flash, Aquaman, that's the Justice
But that order
League,
of release was perfect. You bring them in with Batman. You kind of make sure they're still engaged with Wonder Woman, then you seal the deal with Superman, right?
Yeah, I think that was the best order to do it. Absolutely, absolutely. Did you read this, Marty? Did you guys read this?
I did. I did read it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I liked it. It was different. It's a different storyline, just like Absolute Batman, different storyline. I actually also read the premiere to Absolute Superman coming out, so I'm looking forward to actually reading that as well, and that's definitely on my pull list.
Yeah, I got the ash cans of both
Nice.
Wonder Woman and Superman, which is actually one book, just to clarify. But I got the ash can. And I read that too.
Yeah, the art in this is really cool. It's a very just the panel layout and like the storytelling. It's very indie. Like it's a very indie, like European art style. It's really pretty cool.
Yeah,
really pretty cool. I'm looking forward to number 2. Number 1, I mean, I got my ideas. I got my opinions on it. But I'm waiting for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Give it time. It's gonna build.
Yeah, no, that's the thing is that nothing happened in this issue. Nothing happened. Like it was like
that's what everyone's saying.
She shows up. They gave an origin story. It was like the first. It's like the issue stopped at the end of the first level of a video game when the boss showed up. Like it was a big boss fight that started and then it was over. And I was like, nothing happened. Cool origin story. The art drew me in. Like I was really engaged with the art. Story's great for where it was, but it was nothing substantial. But I'm
laying the groundwork.
Watch it.
Have faith. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm ready to see where this goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm waiting for Darkseid to show up. He's gonna show up eventually, and that's gonna be crazy town. So I'm in.
The DeCall cover was phenomenal. If you guys haven't seen that one, it's really well done. But everything DeCall does is so good. So
very much so.
And everybody's agreeing with you that you have to kind of just see what happens here, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Number 3.
Kelly Thompson's amazing. I love everything she does. So like, I'm in for it.
Wait, who?
Kelly Thompson, the writer.
Oh.
She did Gem and Holograms, which was awesome. She did some like X-Men stuff, I think. But she's great. Art's great. Never heard of the artist before, but I think it's a dude. Hayden, yeah, it's a dude. His art was rad. Like I said here before last week, I just love the 3-point perspective of all the buildings on this front cover. It's great.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
There are 70 of you watching with us right now. So
wow,
thank you guys
7
for being here.
Wow, that's surprising.
Night. I was like,
it's Lord of the Long Box.
Yeah, take a break from
that is surprising.
Anyway, if we're lucky. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Absolute Wonder Woman number 1, the Hayden Sherman regular with a raw coming in at $16 and a 7-day trend of 54%. What do we have for number 2? Here we go again.
All right, number 2, Absolute Batman number 1, Nick Dragata 2nd print. This is the regular 2nd print, not a 3rd print, not a 1 in 25 variant, just a regular good old 2nd print. It's rare to see a 2nd print achieve such heights, but with this cover, it's not surprising. One of the iconic moments from within the book was when Batman donned his battle axe and had some spikes for good measure. It showed the community he meant business in the most bone-cracking sense of the word. Of course, fans would track down a book with that effigy on the cover. We've tracked 99 copies sold, 7-day growth of 106%, high sell $26 for a near mint, and current near mint raw is $16.
Nice. Beautiful cover. Absolutely beautiful cover.
I like this better than the inks one. I like the coloring on this.
Like it better?
Yeah, I like it better. I mean, it's just the lighting on the buildings in the back really helps kind of pop it out. The blue, like smoke or fart, whatever that is.
It gives that
the logo
depth of field, in the background.
Or depth of fart, as Gabe would say.
Yeah, just like a fart.
What fart?
Yeah. The predator looks at me.
We're seeing a lot of
fart clouds.
Yeah, we're seeing. By the way, we're seeing a lot of people making boards tonight on whether it's 2 to 5 or to 6 up there. I think Liger's got 6 out of 9. I mean, so it's 7 out of 10 for Todd. Wow, so you guys are actually on the board, so not bad. We're actually seeing some good runs here.
Now they can't unsee it. Look what you did, Gabe. You ruined it.
It happens. Hey, I have an eye for fart clouds. So
the coloring does work. It's very it kind of keeps the eye moving, which I like. If you're familiar with like art studies, like that's very creative the way they have the light point on the far right and it pulls the eye left. It's beautiful. And
it's very cool colors too. That light blue kind of like highlights,
All right, big brain Betty, as Tivo would say.
Cool big brain colors. Buddy.
Yeah, it's nice. Number 2, Absolute Batman number 1. Second printing, raw coming in at 26 and a 7-day trend of 106%. Holy hell, can we handle any more Batman tonight?
Hey, all the Rob Liefeld haters, there's no feet on that cover. So there.
Wait, hold on.
Boom. There's no feet.
Oh, yeah, you're
now
right.
what? All the Rob Liefeld haters.
Number one.
Get it.
Yeah. Well, it's covered by the smoke, so yeah, you can see it. Okay. Last one. Okay. Last one for the night. Here we go. Number one brings you Absolute Batman. Number one, the Nick Dragotta regular cover, published by DC in October of 2024. For all the mudslinging this book got before it was released, it sure is changing the narrative. The hulking brute that is Bruce Wayne is this new outing struck a chord, and collectors are gobbling up loose copies on the aftermarket. While not quite on the level of Ultimate Spider-Man #1 earlier this year, it's maintaining market dominance and is continuing to see a rise in overall value. We tracked 114 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 5%, with a high sale of $133 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mint raw price of $24.
Damn! How cool
I do not see this book going anywhere. I think this is going to maintain its value because this is such a organic sale to this. It is a new Batman. It's a new universe. It's a new Bruce Wayne. It's a new Alfred, right? It's different, So even if it doesn't end up becoming a key book, it's a sought after book, and so people are going to want it. People are going to want more of it. It's different.
I'm going to respectfully disagree. I think this book is going to be one of those modern ones that everybody wishes they would have bought now, because eventually it's going to be something. And I don't mean like anytime soon, but eventually. I think you'll be kicking yourself for not picking this up.
I agree. I think this is going to be, I'm going to put myself on the line for it. I think this is going to end up being one of those evergreen keys.
Yeah.
Where it might not always be like super pricey, but it's always going to be sought after.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't understand what you disagreed on me on, though. I agreed with you, Laura, that I believe this is not going to go anywhere.
Oh, I thought you meant like this isn't going to go anywhere, but you meant like this
no.
Go anywhere.
I think this is going to stay in all this value. Yeah.
Well, I thought you meant like this isn't going to go anywhere. But
No. I have a lot. Anywhere. No. I have a lot of faith in this book. This I believe this is.
Oh,
is going to go somewhere. How's that sound?
I totally. It was the tone, man. I misunderstood completely. But okay, so we agree.
Yeah.
Yes, we agree. Absolutely.
It's going to be just one of those books that, at least for me, who is a lapsed reader. Like, I don't read current books very much. I'm completely out of touch with current Batman. So to be able to give this kind of book, that's a brand new starting point where anybody can start off who's not in the comic books or who kind of fell off or whatever. Like, this is something I think is bringing people to comic book stores. Like,
you can't see a movie with this, Oni, to talk to the chat. I could totally see a movie with this.
Yeah,
I'm more interested in what's happening with Gordon. I think the changes with Gordon, that's what's keeping me really intrigued. Is with
really?
Dude, him being, I'm not going to get into it because people might not have read it, but him being completely different than what he was typically, what we know of Alfred to be, is super cool. Like that.
Yeah, because Alfred is the one that interests me because,
exactly.
I mean, if you guys don't know, he's a badass, man, in this one. You know what I mean? And there's more to his story because they're just introducing him in the first book. So there's going to be more to him, right? Because you already know, just based off of what he does, his character in this book, that there's a history to that.
Absolutely. Like, this is somebody in chat, JD says, can you imagine a year one with this Batman? This almost feels like a year one already. Like, we're really getting in to the ground floor of this character. Like, this is almost like his first outing as Batman that we get to kind of see and stuff. So we get to discover him as, the population in this comic book, as society in this comic book is discovering them. So it's really fun and interesting in that manner as well. This is
absolutely
such a fun book. Scott Snyder can do no wrong with Batman. I think he is.
You can tell by the story. It has a Scott Snyder feel to it, but I think it's because it's just the first book. I think his writing is gonna it's gonna be more of what you expect of Scott Snyder. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And there's gonna be more like first appearances or whatever. Like, you know, this version of, you know, villains.
Sure, yeah.
Batmobile will pop up, like all that kind of stuff. So this is gonna be a fun time to really kind of get into it with this. Because again, for me, the current Batman stuff, that's too thick for me to jump into right now. Like, there's too much going on. I don't know what's what. I don't know all this stuff about.
It's hard.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Like James Tynion, Chip Zdarsky, Mainframe, all that stuff. I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Court of Owls, Brandon, you and me, that was like my favorite. Oh my God.
I loved Court of Owls, and I think Snyder did an amazing job on Court of Owls, but I think it dragged too much for me in the beginning, especially when Batman was trapped. Right?
No, that was perfect. It's
wait,
like
you mean the issue we got to turn the comic book around?
Yes.
Yes. That's the coolest thing in the world. That is
awesome.
That's one of those things where Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo is using the format of comic books and doing something you can only do in a comic.
Greg Capullo killed it in that series, man. I tell you right now, he did an amazing job in that series, man. Matter of fact, his #1 are selling for they were selling for quite a bit. They were for wall books. They've come down, I think.
It's affordable. It's like a $50 book, maybe. It's not that bad.
It's not too bad now, but it used to be quite high. It used to be definitely a wall book, man. But I tell you what, they did an amazing job together, man. Capullo and Snyder, man, amazing. But Laura, like I was saying, I just felt it dragged a little bit, and I just felt like, man, Batman's got to do something. He's got to break out of this, you know. And it just kind of I got anxious for him, I guess.
I get that too, but I think that anxiety kind of leading up to it was kind of what got me so sold on it. I was like, okay, this is the moment I've been waiting for, you know.
That issue when you're turning the comic book around, that's your vertigo, that's your excitement, that's your kind of anxiety. Was that where I'm like, am I doing this the right way? Like, what's happening? Another great one that Scott Snyder did was right before he did the New 52 Batman. New 52 Batman is fantastic. Like, for a lot of people, New 52 is what brought them into comic books. So that New 52 Batman is their Batman. Yeah. The same way some people Batman might be like,
right.
You know, Jim Aparo or Frank Miller,
or
you know, Brian Stelfreeze or whatever the case might be. But before this, Scott Snyder did that Black Mirror storyline when it was Dick Grayson as Batman. That's fantastic. That was such a great series.
That was so interesting. I remember that.
She loves Dick Grayson. I didn't want to say she loves Dick. It's weird, but she loves Dick Grayson.
She loves Dick. She loves Dick.
I was like, I can word that really
Mama.
#1, absolute Batman #1, the Nick Dragata regular with a 9.8 coming in at 133. Read the tea leaves, guys. This is one of those stories that has been such an absolute hit organically that you're going to want to keep it in your collection. You're going to want to have this. So I think $24 raw. Is that what we said? That's reasonable.
Yeah, that's reasonable. It's still obtainable right now. Yeah. So if you don't have a copy, just get a copy. Whether it's just a regular A cover or if you run into a variant that's for a decent price, you know, don't go break the bank for that, but get yourself a copy. You know?
Yeah, no, I agree. If you want it, get it now because it's going to keep creeping up a little bit because this was very under ordered. Like stores sold out like day one. So you gotta buy it from a collector. All right, you're gonna have to just buy it from some dude. Like you're not gonna find it on the shelves right now, unless you go for like a second print or a third print if you just want to read it and you don't want to spend the money on the first print. But spend the money on the first print, you'll be happier. I think I would.
Yeah,
I love that book. I have it right
or the
here.
third print.
I have it too, and yep, absolutely. And the Wonder Woman's great. You got to get the regular cover. You know, I mean,
I'm an A cover guy, dude. Right? I'm story over cover. You know, I always go for the A cover more than anything for the most part. But yeah, that's such a good book, dude. That's gonna be a fun book.
I'm curious. Yeah, how many printings do you guys think?
Oh, they typically get. I mean, depending on how well the book does, you know what I mean, and the character alone, there's going to be quite a bit of printing. I'm not going to speculate on numbers, you know, but there's people out there better than me at that. But
I think 5 or 6 is
not
good.
11. There can't be 11. Cover price is going to be 100.
No, 100. No.
All right, yeah, that was it. So, guys, if you enjoyed the show, please give us a thumbs up, sub the channel if you haven't already. Like I said earlier, we have content all week. So, we have this show, the Shakers on Thursday, which is like really interesting sales on the aftermarket. And we have Comics Covered on Friday with the creators, Matt and John. And from what I hear, they give away a lot of good stuff on that show.
Very good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave away your George Perez Titans.
Did they?
Yeah, on last Friday.
That's a good one.
We're still out of that. So congratulations to whoever won, because we don't have any. That's a good book to have.
I got a copy. Matter of fact, I posted that today. I got me a copy of that.
I saw it. I was like, oh.
And so thank you to you and Aunt.
Of course.
Yeah.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
Well, it took me a while to get, because, it's, a lot of people are after that, man. But, I don't get, any type of free service here. I've got to pay for my books like everybody else.
Let's go. There you go. Yeah, it's election night. I'm gonna go watch that for a while, even though I don't want to, but I just have to go watch it. I don't know why I'm gonna go watch it, but I'm going to.
If it gives you anxiety, it's gonna give me anxiety anyways too. So
I'll have anxiety if I don't watch, and I'll have anxiety if I do watch. Yeah. So
might as well keep your eyes open, right?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Gabe, say goodbye to everybody for tonight.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for spending the small moment of your life together with us. Could have been anywhere. Could have been stressing out over current events. But I'm glad that everybody came here to talk comics. Absolute Batman. I had a great time. I'm out of here. This is going to be fun.
Marty?
I had fun tonight. I really enjoyed talking comic books tonight. It is so fun talking comic books with you guys, man. It really is. It's just being able to, highlight of my week, be able to come out here and just talk and be around people of same like minds and same passion, collecting differently, different opinions, different things, but all still come together for the same purpose and the same passion of the love of comic books, So I'm always so grateful to be able to come on here with you guys and do this, and having so many people in the chat that view us and come over here and help with the show itself, because if it wasn't for them, there would be no show, right? So thank you so much, everybody out there. And Laura, you did an amazing job. Gabe, awesome as always, brother. And I will see you Thursday
for the Shakers. Guys, have a good night. Be safe. We're not that different. Remember that. We're all not that different. Have a good night.
I don't have hair, so I'm pretty different.
Okay, maybe we're a little bit different.
Yeah.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.